Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Rhea Ripley is one of the biggest stars in the WWE Women's Division. She is currently involved in a storyline with IYO Sky, Roxanne Perez, and Julia on Raw. However, the Eradicator was nowhere to be seen on the latest episode of the Red Brand, which emanated from Omaha, Nebraska. Her absence from the show has left fans wondering about her whereabouts. Rhea Ripley was seemingly in Australia during this week's Monday Night Raw. WWE is set to host several shows on the Aussie soil later this year, including the Crown Jewel Premium Live event. So, Mommy took a promotional trip to her home country with Grayson Waller a few days ago to promote those events. While Waller returned to the U.S., the former Women's World Champion stayed behind. Rhea Ripley posted a video of her skating on Australian soil right after Monday Night Raw went off air. She even put a hashtag with WWE Raw on her post, indicating where she was during the show. The video of her skating was seemingly in Melbourne as the urban beach setting aligns with the city's areas in St Kilda. Around 14 hours before Raw went on air, WWE Australia posted an image of Ripley on Instagram, where she was in Melbourne. The caption on the post indicated that the Eradicator was lined up for interviews and other promotional activities. If anyone felt Rhea Ripley's absence more, it was none other than IYO Sky. The Women's World Champion fell prey to the numbers game against Roxanne Perez and Julia on the latest episode of Raw. Many fans have been wondering whether Mommy will show up next week or continue to miss another episode. However, the Eradicator will make her presence felt on the show next week. After the Red Brand's show went off air, Ripley reposted WWE's post on X, where IYO was getting beaten up by the NXT stars. She tagged the Genius of the Sky and acknowledged needing her help. Rhea Ripley is set for a huge tag team match next week. She will team up with IYO Sky to take on Roxanne Perez and Julia. All four women have been entangled in the same storyline lately, and they will finally look to put an end to this next week. In the ever-evolving world of professional wrestling, absence can be as impactful as presence. That proved true this week when fans of WWE's Mummy, Rhea Ripley, tuned in to Monday Night Raw only to find that the Women's World Champion was nowhere to be seen. With the camera panning past the Judgment Day, showing a noticeable vacancy where Ripley would usually stand with her signature leather-clad authority, questions began swirling. Where is Rhea Ripley? Why is the Eradicator missing from the Red Brand's weekly chaos? As always in the world of WWE, there's more than meets the eye. From romantic getaways to storyline chess moves and potential long-game booking toward WrestleMania, here's everything we know, and some creative speculation about Rhea Ripley's curious Raw absence. First, the romantic side of the story. Rhea Ripley, real name Demi Bennett, recently tied the knot with fellow pro wrestler Buddy Matthews, formerly Buddy Murphy of WWE, now shining in AEW. The power couple has been an off-screen fan favorite for some time, with social media regularly showcasing their gym sessions, travel escapades, and wrestling mutual admiration. The two had delayed their honeymoon due to conflicting wrestling schedules and ongoing storylines in both WWE and AEW. But with a narrow window opening this past week, AEW wrapping major overseas appearances and WWE building storylines toward Elimination Chamber, the stars aligned. Ripley took to Instagram to post a photo of herself and Matthews in a tropical paradise with the caption, "Let the honeymoon commence." It was a moment of real-world joy for a performer whose on-screen persona is far from romantic, usually wielding violence instead of vowels. While WWE hasn't officially commented on her absence, insiders have confirmed that her time away this week is planned personal leave to enjoy post-wedding bliss. In wrestling, absence is rarely without purpose. While Ripley is enjoying time away from the ring, her disappearance opens up opportunities, particularly for WWE's creative team. Sometimes, taking a major player off the board is a way to shift focus and build suspense. This week's Raw leaned into that philosophy. Without Ripley anchoring the Judgment Day, The faction felt unmoored. Dominic Mysterio, in particular, looked vulnerable without his mommy's imposing backup. The locker room tension built, especially as potential challengers to Ripley's throne, like Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, and Raquel Rodriguez, gained more screen time. The absence of the Queen allows the court to squabble, building tension for her inevitable return. Moreover, the buzz surrounding Jade Cargill's mystery attacker intensified. Many fans suspect Ripley's involvement, or at least her knowledge, of the backstage ambush. Her absence adds fuel to that fire. If she were guilty, wouldn't she vanish to avoid questioning? Or perhaps WWE is saving her return for a dramatic revelation. WrestleMania 41 is on the horizon, and Rhea Ripley is expected to play a central role. She has been Women's World Champion for nearly a year, an iron grip forged when she dethroned Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 39. Since then, Ripley has largely dominated every woman in her path, turning back challengers with brute force and eerie calm. But every empire eventually shakes. The upcoming Women's Elimination Chamber match will determine her next challenger. As WWE teases rising tensions among RAW's female roster, Ripley's absence makes sense. She's the mountain at the top, watching as potential climbers jostle below. Speculation points to a dream match: Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. The two have danced around each other for over a year. Promos, backstage segments, stare-downs, but no real war yet. The timing could be perfect. And what better way to build anticipation than to remove the champion from the weekly grind, letting her reappear with intensity and purpose when the stage is set. Naturally, fans worry about injury when a top star vanishes. So far, there are no confirmed reports of Ripley dealing with any physical setbacks. Her last televised match showed no signs of trouble, and her recent social media presence includes weightlifting clips, beach selfies, and travel. Not exactly what you'd expect from someone nursing an injury. Still, WWE is historically tight-lipped when it comes to real injuries, especially when they want to fold them into storylines. Could Ripley be dealing with a nagging issue they're keeping quiet? It's unlikely, but not impossible. For now, we'll take the honeymoon theory as the most grounded and less alarming explanation. Social media erupted the moment Raw aired without Ripley. Raw without Rhea Ripley just hits different. It's like Batman missing from Gotham, tweeted one fan. No mummy equal no peace. Another posted, echoing the sentiment of 1,000 memes featuring Dominic looking sad in catering. WWE is well aware of her drawing power. Ripley has evolved from a rising star in NXT UK to arguably the most dominant female force on Raw. Her look, charisma, and unmatched physicality make her feel larger than life. So when she disappears, it's like a black hole in the show's energy. But that vacuum may be deliberate. When Ripley does return, the eruption of cheers, boos, and online chatter will remind everyone exactly why she's one of WWE's most vital players heading into WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley's absence from Raw this week wasn't a cause for concern. It was a calculated exhale, a moment of quiet before the inevitable storm. Whether it's personal bliss on a honeymoon or calculated silence to stir the cauldron of WrestleMania anticipation, Ripley's time away is just another chapter in the legend she's building. Make no mistake, when Mommy returns, it won't be quietly. The Judgment Day will realign. The roster will feel a chill. And whichever woman survives the Elimination Chamber better be ready, because the Eradicator will be watching, waiting, and sharpening her edge. Until then, enjoy the stillness. The storm is coming.